Okay, I think we are now alive. Welcome, everybody, or welcome to those who arrive when they do arrive. Well, before we get in our first game, let's get a bag started for everybody. Oven's back here. You know, I took the effort to set this up. Might as well use it. I even have a pedal that I can play to make it change over here, but I haven't set that up yet. We'll get there. Playing some more Splatoon today. Splatoon 3, that is. We've been playing it for a little over a week now. Having a lot of fun, or at least I know I am. Getting behind playing Splatoon. Okay. Let's get this party started. Now I go back in this elevator. Hit yeah. Oh, right. And swap back there. Made that mistake before. Okay. Robble, welcome back, Robble. Good to see you, man. Steve says I'm already high, and I hope that's okay. I wouldn't have it any other way, Steve. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for joining us. Well, I don't need to mess with the bubble. Sorry, young love. Not meant to last. Protecting his teammate. Oh. Let's see you get killed. Just a young squid out spreading my ink. Easy does it. I'm not trying to cause any trouble, Bluetooth. Just we can always be friends. Boy, I really effed that up, didn't I? Snake bomb. Taken out by Snake Bomb. At least he had a cool name. Oh, shark. We got this, Orange. We got this. everybody, welcome. Chicago, good to see you. I'm glad you're going to be hanging out with us, even if you're not going to be interacting. Ooh. Ouch. I was really hoping for a victory to start, but that would be certainly too much to ask for. At least I didn't seem like I totally butchered it, but we'll see. Not bad. Steve says that he's also going to be, he's considering eating some shrooms as well as being high on his weed. Whatever you decide, Steve, I hope you have a great, fun, safe time. When was the last time, Steve, you did mushrooms, just out of curiosity? All right, Purple, we got this. Missed all those, but at least I didn't get myself or my teammates killed. Small comfort, but I'll take what I can get. Sorry, Raisin 99. Out in the sun too long. Let's just recharge for a second. We need to get stupid here. Nice. Ooh. Great time to wipe them out. Final 30 seconds. That is going to suck for them. I don't think I got splatted that entire game. That might be a record. Ooh. That is a satisfying splattering of purple. Go purple. Golly gee willikers. I'm glad that one was streamed. I don't think I'll ever have one that good again. That is probably my best game of Splatoon ever. Let's do some weed to celebrate. Well, there's some comfort in knowing that it's all downhill from here at this point, too. We peaked for today, but that's kind of a good thing. No more pressure, no more expectations. I don't think I've ever seen matchmaking go up to a whole minute yet. It's gotten up to 50 seconds, but I've never seen it take a whole minute. Diabetes, Bunny Boots, and Malachi S. Seems like a good team. Well, well, well. Look who's on the opposite team. Grovel, I think we should team up or join the same lobby. Because I know we can actually play on the same team now, guaranteed. Which is such an improvement over Splatoon 2. Not giving Nintendo any credit for such a marginal improvement, but it's there nonetheless. And it is nice to do. Sorry, Sarah. Nicely done, Grovel. You put an end to my death spree streak. Oh, what do we have here? Somebody who was so afraid of buckets. Nice. MVP Grovel. And now I want to play with you even more. Hey, balls in my mouth. Sorry, Grovel. Sorry, Stra. Sorry, Sarah. We got this. Oh, Blue, we got this. I didn't even know there was somebody there. Bravo! Nicely done, man. We got this, Blue. We got this, Blue. I'm so sorry, Blue. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Oh, that's going to be close. Bravo. Excellent job, man. You, I think you got me 4 times there. Holy shit. Incredibly close game, man. I think, you got put on the sorry squad. I think you were the only one to get me on their team. 4 deaths. All from you. Yes. Awesome. Our powers combined, Grovel. We will be unstoppable. Well, let's check out Grovel's dope squid. Got a sick cap. I saw somebody with like a straight up Judge Dredd looking helmet on, which I was totally jealous of. A little confused by, but jealous of. We got this, Gravel. Wow, I am starting to get the hang of that Tri-Azuka there. Turned ham into sausage. Uh-oh. Sorry, Vesper. You're always my favorite Bond lady. Well, if they're not going to be guarding their base, I mean, I don't mind coming and redecorating a little bit. Both depressive colors, but I think blue's more cheerful than yellow. Sorry, Coldplay. Now that time I did my special just so I could get all my ink back. Cut him into stereo. I don't think I got splatted again. Oh, that's close. I think they're going to win because they did better at... Nice! I thought we were going to lose. We didn't fill in all of our... Inside our base itself. We left some corners undone. I never went back to our base, so kind of my fault, but we ended up pulling a night out. So, awesome. Jeez. Wow. I've had some good luck. You can spread a lot more paint if you never die. It takes a lot of your time up to respawn, get back into the fray. I now see the correlation between less deaths, higher paint. Crazy how that works. Bravo, you did great that round. And I just got kicked out for some reason. So, hopefully, you'll be able to get back in with me pretty quick here. I never seem to last more than 4 games maximum in a single lobby before having some kind of error that gets me kicked out. Oh, sick. Here's Grovel. Well, hopefully we can get this guy. Fingers crossed that this matchmaking takes a little bit longer than normal. Sorry again about that, Grovel. Perfect. Gives us a second to volcano back. You can't see being inflated. Riri, Rai, welcome back. Good to see you again. Hope you are doing well. Still playing some Splatoon. Had two of my best games literally ever. It's always got grovels or good luck charm. You know what? I'm gonna just take my own advice and fill out our base a little bit. Just in case. While I'm here. Oh, Jesus Christ! Well, that's what you get for sticking in your own base. You get camped. Lesson learned. And the lesson I learned is, let's still just fill out these corners a little bit, because it looks like we're going to get demolished, and we might as well get whatever we can before they get back here and mop the floor with us some more. What a shot! What? Oh my Jesus. Well, Riri, it is interesting timing. Don't even know what happened. I think I accidentally super jumped. This is a fun game to come in on. Woo! I stopped the mallet with the Zuka. Nice. Splat. Noah. That, oh my god. No hate, man. The dude jumped up and saw me in squid mode and just splattered me with that roller. Made it look like he wasn't even trying. Amazing. Dude, I gotta be careful. They got aces all up that MFer. Although, man, it feels like fortunes have reversed at least a little bit here. Come back of the century? Come back of the century? Ooh, close, but I think so. They didn't get their corners. The idiots had just gotten their corners. They probably still would have lost, but, well, I don't know what happened to them. They were demolishing us for 2/3 of that, but Splatoon. Really, I am enjoying, this is still some Girl Scout cookies. Wow, those were some incredibly evenly matched teams. Not really. I have yet to explore much more than just the buying gear and going into the lobby. I have not really looked into all of these crazy collectible stuff. There is now... It was one game this time. There's now like a collectible card game that is also like that you use your collectible cards to make some kind of a strategy board card game that I have not at all looked at to. I have not played the single player, nor have I done the beloved, I guess you would call it, Splatoon's Horde mode, Salmon Run. Just stuck with the good old turf war. Sorry about that again, Grovel. I think I've heard that it outsold in Japan. Sold something like 3 point something million copies in its first couple of days. It outsold both Animal Crossing and Smash Brothers combined in its first week, I think, is what I heard in Japan. That is insane. So, I can imagine the server still just getting effed. Like, much like that poor squid right there. Jesus. Oh, what a grenade. What a grenade. I promise I'm not actually trying to shoot up the blue team. I'm really just want to get out there and paint up some surfaces, but the blue team keeps fucking around. Wow. Seems to be going well. Holy shit, that was a lucky shot. Holy shit, another crazy lucky shot. Well, there I go. It had to end at some point. Keep me alive, good Al. I believe in you. Thank you. Oh, there's somebody up at our base. And I just want to see. Ooh, I'm not sure. That will be close, but I think we pulled it out. Not even that close. Big time E-Leader 4K no scoper. That was somebody's little handle, I think. Scoop user. 4K scoop user. Good for them. That's a cool name. Well, Grobble, I hope we get you in this time. Fingers crossed. I think we're getting kicked out of a lobby again, as happens whenever there is a new multiplayer map update. Neat. It seems insane. There's no way, even if you accidentally hit confirm, like, yes, I want to join the next match, there's no way to back out at that point. Which just seems both so very Nintendo and so pointless. Like, especially when it takes, 30 seconds sometimes to find another game. Why can't I back out at that point? Uh, Even for very basic things like changing your equipment, you are locked into doing whatever you were doing in that exact second. Your loadout, mode, who you're playing with. There we go again. Gravel, I'm going to see if I can join your lobby this time. And that will be nice. It would give me a reason to take a break, grab another bag, maybe a dab. Let's see what happens. If I go here, I'm dropping in, Grovel. Fingers crossed. And while we are doing that, we've got almost 2 whole minutes here. Let's go do a nice little dab for everybody. Grovel. Oh wait, ready? Never mind. I'll just stick with the bag. Riri, right. Hold that dab. We'll do it together after this match. I promise. We'll do it together. It'll be. Oh, Grovel, I'm so sorry. I owe our team 10 seconds. That guy felt good, man. I don't want to mess with him. He scared the shit out of me. I think that's him again. He's got those splat dualies, and he's got my number. I can feel it. Hang in there, Gamut. I don't know what kind of name Gamut is, but Gamut, I love you. I'm seeing a lot of yellow. Oh, shit. I can tell that's my nemesis. The fuck is that thing? Looks like a dart of death. Oh! Poo-poo. Oh, we got this, Blue. Hang in there, one teammate who is still alive. We're all coming to you. I got you, Kimosabi. Oh, boners. Oh, boners. Oh, boners. Oh, shit, Grub. I didn't know we were on opposite teams. Sorry, Kimosabi. I'm not even. Oh, crap. Of course, I forgot to switch my camera over. Way to go, Grovel. My bad. I was so into it, Grovel. I forgot to even look over what was happening. I was in the action. That's how you had me on my toes. All right, Grovel. You just stick in your game, and I'm going to come back and join you. But I've got to do a dab in solidarity with our friend Riri. But I'll rejoin your lobby after that. And I switched our camera, and I'm going to remember to switch it back for sure. No doubt about it. This is rosin. I've heard so many of, you find folks out there recommending it, dabbing it yourselves, that I picked it up too. Only hit it a couple of times and find it good, but have yet to find any huge distinctions over other concentrates. But here we go. Here's our little rosin dab. The honor is all mine, sir. The honor is all mine. Ah, and you pressed your own rosin. And I'm sorry, I'm sure you've answered the question before. Where is over here, if you don't mind answering? I'm totally curious. Excuse me, I'm gonna blow my nose as well. And I'm gonna mute the microphone because I'm a professional now. And Grovel, you don't need to quit your game or anything like that. And I'm sorry if that's if you did anything, felt compelled to. Happy to wait here for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Maybe change out some gear. Although I'm still seeing plenty of question marks, which is good. Damn, that hat is sick I've got. Too bad I can't use it anymore. I'm still sticking with my strategy of changing gear every time I fill out all the question marks. Yep, that is right. We are here in Long Beach, California. Oh, let me ask you. I'm so curious. Because I had a very dim understanding of where I live is, what it is. I live in a place called Long Beach, California. What does that name mean to you? Where do you think that place is? How big do you think that place is? And I'm sorry to ask all these intrusive questions, but uh, you'd say it's where I live is a pretty curious place. I feel like many people haven't heard of it for a place of its scale, but there are a whole variety of very understandable reasons why people would not know what Long Beach, California is. But in Kentucky, eh? I'm not sure if we've talked before or not. Was a former neighbor of yours, East Tennessee. Grew up in East Tennessee, went my entire basically like schooling in a suburb of Knoxville. So I know the area quite well. Dead, welcome back, Dead. Good to see you. I hope you and your uncle are both doing well. Riri says Snoop Dogg. It's pretty small, isn't it? I know of it through hip hop is all. Snoop Dogg, you answered the perfect answer. The only other alternative answer would be if you're like a, I guess like a new metal fan, you might say, oh, it's where Sublime is from. Because Sublime. Yes. Sublime. Not 311. Sublime. I think the lead singer of that first Sublime album was from here, as well. But it is not small. It is a city of 500,000 people. It's a quite big place. Bigger than many cities that are way more known, that are quite a bit smaller. But the reason it is in the same county as Los Angeles City. It is not exactly close, but it is a second big giant city. Of course, not nearly as big as Los Angeles, in the same county. So Los Angeles County goes all the way down to the ocean, and Long Beach is the city there that is on the ocean. Los Angeles is just a... No, my dog is very annoyed. No. Los Angeles is just a weird place. There are 100,000 little micro cities, and it just seems to me when people ask where you're from, you gauge how close they are to you before you get super specific with your answer. Like, if somebody says, "Oh, where are you from?" to me, and they're in California, I would say Long Beach. But if they're anywhere else, I would just say Los Angeles. It's close enough. Long answer to your question. Nope. No. Sorry, dog. No. Go. Anyways, Seasick Dewey also here. The Dead and Seasick always seem to be coming in at the same time. Seasick asking if we've had any Cobb since last time, and unfortunately, no Cobb. Oh wait, I think I'm waiting for nobody, because I think Grovel got kicked out of his lobby, and then the lobby I was waiting for no longer existed. Whoops, a daisy. I'm glad we figured it out now, though. C6 says he's been waiting for this stream, and he apologizes for not being on earlier. He was doing stuff with his nephew. We don't need to be any more specific than that, but no apologies needed, Dewey. We're glad that you're here now, and I hope this keeps you and your nephew busy for a little bit, but also away from each other. Busy, but not mutually so. I feel like this is it. This is the time. We're dropping in. It's gonna happen. Who? Well, I know we've got that much time. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the store. Let's cancel. By the store, I mean I'm gonna go look at hats for my squid. Oh, my bad, Grovel, and I didn't mean to pressure you at all either. Make you think totally my bad, and 100% we'll just blame it on Nintendo. Um, Always happy to blame it on Nintendo. Oh shit, I've almost got all the cool shirts and shit. I guess I've been playing too much Splatoon recently. Nice. Free shirt. Well, Grovel, I thanks for the heads up. I will just jump into the regular lobby then. And hopefully we'll get a chance again to play together soon. You are, of course, always welcome to join in any game I'm on. Streaming or not. Battle time. C6 says, what other games does the big Cobb guy play? C6, great question. I play pretty much all the video games, and I don't mean that too facetiously. I love games of all types. Try to play everything on whatever I can at every sort of scale, and on whatever device. What have I played recently? I guess just beat Spider-Man for the second time. The Sony published, Insomniac developed Spider-Man, formerly exclusive on the PlayStation. Played it on the Steam Deck recently, which is a great way to play it. But that's not that interesting because that's a very old game and it's been talked to death. And not a game that anybody needed to play through a second time, but the Steam Deck changes calculus. What else, though? Played a lot of interesting, different small things on Steam Deck, including just beat after many, many years. I found myself going back to games that I gave up on or stopped playing for any number of reasons or never actually played years ago. And one of those was Metal Gear Revengeance, the spin-off starring the much maligned Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2. But this time it's a crazy anime action game. And it was incredible. Also played through it exclusively on the Steam Deck. It is a batshit insane game, so it takes the already batshit world of Metal Gear Solid. If you know anything about ever played Metal Gear Solid, you know what I'm talking about. Just narratively, it's a batshit, wonderfully batshit universe. But instead of having stealth action gameplay, you have the insane, blisteringly fast combat of platinum action games. People make like Bayonetta, all kinds of beloved third-person action games. But you also keep the insane Metal Gear themes and stories and ridiculous cutscenes and horniness. And the game is as good as everybody said. This is a game I quit playing because I thought it was too hard way back when, and I guess I got good in between. I could be a hero here. Nope. I deserve that. I deserve that. Oh, purple. Look at you guys. You beautiful bastards. I was holding us back. Well, maybe that's not as clear cut as I thought. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was very clear cut. Ah, ooh, I know a very 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 fun game that I've been playing recently. Well, it's getting to be fun now. I'm playing a board game, a digital board game adaptation. I used to be a massive, massive board game player. Used to be super crazy into board games for years and years and years. And then kind of gave up the hobby largely, totally, and haven't really been paying attention. But heard many people talk about this board game called Root, ROOT. It's a 4-player game where each side plays a different team, a very different team, in a game that is meant to basically simulate World War I-ish, but in a friendly forest theme with cute creatures and happy, cheery, vibrant colors. But it's really about political economies and mercenaries and arms dealing and fanaticism. It's wonderful. What makes the game so special? So it's a, again, 4-player game. Each of the different teams plays vastly different than each other. They have different objectives. What they're trying to do to win is very different than the other teams. How they sort of play the game is different. And each team, basically, the game is designed to, for you to play each of those 4 teams, each over the course of, I don't know, however long, to really show you what it's like to be in a world at war from the side of many different competing factions in a World War scenario. There's like a communist side. There's like a side that's meant to be read as fascist. There's a side that's meant to be read as like opportunistic, in that they're like taking advantage of the fact that it's all this war to make profits and all this wonderful different juicy stuff. And the adaptation is great because it is totally asynchronous. Everybody can take their turns at different times, get notified when your turn's up. Really, really, really cool. If you're into board games at all, and you've got 3 friends who are willing to do something different with you, the game is called Root. Nice! We annihilated them. And Dead and Dewey, I've got a real feeling that it's a game that you guys would really, really love. It really encourages bonding, familial bonding. And being, vaguely World War I themed, lots of incest, which seems like you guys are reasonably familiar with as well. Any World War I themed game will have its fair share of nephew fuckers. Or should, if it's trying to be accurate at all. Unrelated, it's really sad about that queen, eh? I meant unrelated. Oh, we did win. Beautiful. The kind of bad part about doing so much better is because we were doing real bad last week, guys. I mean, it was, to be honest, it was a little embarrassing. But now we don't have time to talk about, I feel like I'm getting too focused in the game and not getting to talk about as much fun stuff or make up religions or any of that wonderful stuff. You know, these are the things you sacrifice in the name of. Damn it. We were so close, Grovel. We were so close. I will also tell you a game that I have not played recently that I kind of wish I have or will soon. I have not yet played The Last of Us Part 1 remake. I got cheap. I didn't want to pay $70 again for it. I think The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, I'm not going to separate them. But it's probably my favorite video game of all time. I think Naughty Dog is the best in the business in terms of high-budget narrative, action-adventure storytelling games. Only rivaled by Rockstar, perhaps, but Last of Us is... Fuck all the people who say it's, what is it, misery porn is the term they're using to slander it, but fair enough. I can understand that, even if I disagree. But I've not yet played the fresh on the heels of the... Well, fresh on the heels, 7-8 years old, I guess, PS4 remake of the PS3 version. Because I played it on the PS3 and then played it again on the PS4. So I bought it twice already, and I guess I will definitely at some point end up buying The Last of Us Part 1 on PlayStation 5. But I hope to pay more like $30 than certainly $70. It's just, I'm surprised at my own restraint. That is a shameful thing to admit. Oh, butthole. Oh, butthole. What a shot. Oh, Hercules. Hercules got me. I guess we're not doing Nutty Professor references, or, references anymore. Those are out, right? Like, when I was in middle school, doing Nutty Professor references was all the rage. That dude looked like they had a sick robot outfit. Yeah. Damn, they look like a badass. I look like such a chump out here. Saw some of you all Judge Dredded up. That guy's got a samurai or a Viking hat. I got killed by a mecha dude. I'm a total scrub. And boy, what a... I want somebody to take like a cut of me just going right before this game and talking about, oh man, it sucks to be so good and to have all this skill. I don't have time for all this other shit. It's woe is me for being so good, and then just take that clip and then just show my face at the end of that game with my 500 points. Sorry, blue team. It's amazing you pulled ahead without me. Well, not that you pulled ahead without me, but that you were able to do so well despite me. Well, there's my Wharfside cap all finished up. Yikes. LVP all around. Blue team, you guys were heroes. I was too busy talking about the Nutty Professor to be... I shouldn't be penalized in your guys' estimation because I was thinking about the Nutty Professor and the greatest named movie ever, Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. Ah, Eddie Murphy. I'm having reveries of Eddie. Murata Donkey. The Eddie Murphy story. Trademark. Don't. That's mine. Nobody else gets that. It just happened, too. I was not planning. Sorry, Master Jedi. Sorry, Parker. Well, the fun had to end at some point. Look at all those delicious ink spots over here we miss. Created. I'm coming to you.
No! Right into the bomb.
Well, that's very bad news. Come on, Yellow. I don't think there's any chance. Maybe no. Definitely not. Wow. Those are some fun stats, though. All right, I've got a last bag here. We got this. Sorry, team. I'm going to be failing you right at the beginning. Ooh, nice. Piss yellow. Ooh, a 2-for-1. Cyber Fox. I'm getting behind this crab tank food. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, right into his Trizuka. Ouch. Ooh, our turn at Wipeout. Watch out for that Cyber Fox. Oh, crap. Well, there we go. Too little too late, I think, but nice to return the favor for once. I think they got it. Totally wrong. 2 in a row. Cannot be trusted anymore. I'm gonna give that one to Ethan. We haven't mentioned him today, but he's here with me. You know what? Let's use this opportunity to do one last nice dab with you folks. Well, let's go hit up the old dab, switch over the camera. You know what, Seasick and Dead, this is, of course, going to be for you guys. Love having you here always. And it's great to see families here hanging out with us. You know, I like to think of us as a place that you know, not just you yourself can join, but you can think about bringing your partner, your children, your nephew, your grandparents, your great niece, your second cousin thrice removed, your wife that went crazy that now lives in the attic that nobody talks about anymore, but still is there, that you're still married to, but you don't talk about it anymore, and you just try to forget about it. Jane Eyre style. That too. I'd like to think that this is a place for all of those kinds of people, and encourage you to, just like Dead and Dewey do, come together, watch together. Anyways, this dab is for you guys. Ah, Gravel asks, great question, Gravel. If I played Deathloop. Which is new to Game Pass. And before I answer your great question, Gravel, of course I'll swap back to the right stream because I know how to do these things. It's a weird story, Deathloop, which is one of the bazillion time loop mechanic games that came out in just pieces of time loop. We'll just call it Groundhog Day style narratives, which I literally once made an argument to somebody that the Groundhog Day narrative was something that should be exploited way more because it's an incredibly perfect narrative loop. I mean, no pun intended. As a structure, it's perfect for telling stories. I mean, just perfect. So it seems great that we have so many of them. And they're wonderful for video games, too. Anyways, Deathloop is one of those games. The weirdest thing about it, though, is its lineage. It was exclusive to the PlayStation 5 on consoles for a whole year, even though it is a Microsoft-published, technically, game. They own now the studio, which is ZeniMax, the same people who make Skyrim and Fallout, own the people who own Deathloop, and thanks to some prior agreements with Sony, Deathloop was still an exclusive for a year with them, even though Microsoft had bought the publisher. So Microsoft basically published a Sony exclusive, kind of, for a year, at least on consoles. Although I did not play it on my PlayStation 5. I played it on the other platform. It was also on PC. And yes, Grovel, to answer your question, I did play it, and I found it to be wonderful. I know it seemed like opinion was kind of split on it, largely. I mean, the reviews were good, but you don't hear it talked about too much anymore, and even at the time, it was clear that it was a little bit more controversial than the review scores suggested. And Grubble, I'll stop there for now. Have you played it yet? And if so, what do you think? It is by the studio that made Dishonored and Dishonored 2. Many people's secret favorite video game franchise. One that I guess respect more than enjoy, Dishonored. What is the weird name of the genre for those type of games? Something simulators. Poop. Things like Bioshock and Prey and I forget what that genre has started to be labeled. Boy, we're getting scummed. Grovel. I don't know how much you played of it. It would make it kind of unfortunate. Oh, by the way, later, we were nice hanging out with you, man. I'm gonna be taking off myself real soon as well. But thanks for hanging out with us. I would imagine, Grovel, it would be kind of a chore to replay because the big criticism of one of the big criticisms of the game is how, even though I don't actually think it totally holds up as a criticism, is that the game is actually very linear and you don't have a lot of, you're following a very specific set of tasks that you must do in a very specific order, which is 100% true about the game, but that doesn't mean that that is a flawed design. That is, you are absolutely what the game is setting out to do, is basically crafting your day to be a 100% perfect run through of this scenario that can only be done in this absolutely pristine way, even that if that makes that very linear. But I would imagine that would make it pretty annoying to replay, to have to do like all of the initial investigating to figure out, where this person's gonna be at this time and piecing together all of that information. I did find it actually very enjoyable, a hell of a lot of fun, but I would think it would not replay well. But I also think about it as like BioShock in that the actual gameplay systems don't matter so much and actually don't hold up aren't like BioShock, the shooting of a gun, the using of the crazy powers wasn't particularly good then and certainly isn't good now. And I think that is very true for Deathloop as well, a very similar type game. But I think wanting it to have like the most replayable combat or isn't exactly what the game is setting out to do either. I mean, it would be great if it were everything, but poop. It would be great if it were everything but poop. This, guys, definitely seems like a perfect place to take a break after this. As feared, we've gone downhill a little. That's okay. We've done quite a bit of weed, maybe to be expected. Boy, that was a death hit. It looks like there were 3 guys with miniguns just waiting to maul us there. And if we were that foolish to go into said death trap, I suppose we can't complain too much. Well, cool, man. Then in that case, Grovel, I very much hope you enjoy it and really looking forward to what you think, because it goes some interesting places. There's some really fun moments in it. Even if there are also lots of things that are left unexplored. It's cliche to say, Grovel, because it's said about everything that's on the service, but I'll say it again anyways. It's the perfect Game Pass game. That is going to be what it is. Eric, oh my God, Eric, I can't do this to you again. I was just about to sign off, Eric, but if you're here, if you're coming on, you know what? I'll give us one more, and because
I so appreciate you hanging out with us, Eric. We'll even give you one small last dab in your honor. Whoops. Let's change up our camera, go to the dab machine. And this one's going to be for you, Eric. And then we're going to play till we lose, which might be months. Okay, here we go. A nice big rosin dab. Eric, thanks for hanging out with us. Then we'll play till we lose. Again, probably going to take a long time. We're all going to be here a while. So. All right. Eric, I hope you are well, man. Hope you had a great weekend. And let's play a little bit more Splatoon. I was trying to think. Oh shit! I'd love to something more interesting to talk about than just Splatoon for our wrap up here. But I was thinking, what am I reading? What am I reading? Always a great thing to go to, but not a particularly rich source at this moment. Kind of untrue. I guess I'm juggling way more things than I normally do. I normally try to just to read one piece of fiction and one nonfiction at a time, but circumstances being what they are, I'm reading like two of each. But one I don't want to talk about because I've already hyped up its prequel so much. My favorite science fiction book I've read since Hyperion, which is Children of Time. Waited long enough, finally allowing myself to read the sequel. My partner and I are reading it together. It's called Children of Ruin. It's wonderful. Won't get into it. We'll talk about it later. Octopus people. But I'm also still slowly making my way through Capital, like all wannabe shithead good liberal kids from like 7 years ago. But I'm just finally getting around to it now. It's sat in my library unread for so long. Been going through it, but there's of course everything in the world to talk about and nothing specific to talk about that hasn't already been addressed to death with Capital. And then I'm listening to one of the most boring great courses I've ever listened to. I, generally speaking, love the great courses. I think they're awesome, underrated experiences. I rep them every chance I get. They are the company that pays professors from lots of prestigious sounding universities to come and give lectures on their things that they're experts on, or big long classes. But loved them for years and years. and I'm listening to one. I don't know why. I think I bought it on Audible. It was like a buy 3 for 1 special. It's like talking about King Arthur myths, which I'm not an Anglophile in any way. Don't particularly care for that kind of. I mean, it's interesting in its own right, but I was not streaming at all, was I? Holy shit. Well, that doesn't count. I got to do at least one more, even though it was a loss. Which, shocking. We'll do one more. Eric says that he's getting ready to start David Graeber's The Utopia of Rules. It is the one David Graeber collection that I have not read, but I've heard incredible things about it, and very much looking forward to hearing what you think about it, Eric. What all have you? I know you mentioned, of course, The Dawn of Everything, his posthumous published book from last year. Pour one out. Curious what else you've read. Have you done Debt or Bullshit Jobs? Both great as well. Debt is a true masterpiece. Underrated because I guess it's so popular. But if you're not afraid of, people making bold proclamations and really willing to reevaluate history, Debt First 5,000 Years is the book for you. And it's not crack pottery, if that's the impression I'm giving. David Graeber is a very respected guy. Was. For one. Thank you, teammate. This is going okay. Sorry, Link. Awesome. Ooh, incredible, truly great, definitely best horror of the movie of the year, has been out for a couple weeks now. Barbarian, which I think the reviews have sort of gotten around and people understand how great it is. And I think it's doing pretty well in the box office. If you have any interest in horror movies, it is as fun as you've heard. The greatest, weirdest, most interesting thing. Well, no, I don't want to diminish the movie because it really is fascinating, and you would not expect the lineage of the movie Barbarian. If you go to Metacritic and look at the director of Barbarian, a guy whose name I definitely recognized after I saw the trailer, but I was like, I don't know who this is. I know this name for sure. So I looked him up and then saw that he has the ignominy of having, I think, the lowest reviewed comedy in the Metacritic, the review website's history, from 2009, a movie called Miss March, a movie I remember, a movie that also broke like a box office record for like lowest grossing movie over X number of theaters. It was a huge, huge, tiny, tiny, tiny disaster. Huge in its lack of bigness. Did we win? I gotta keep going. Eric says that he is Barbarian. Jared, welcome, Jared. The movie I'm talking about is called Barbarian, an excellent, very twisty, wonderful horror movie. One of those ones that is designed just to mess with your expectations. It has so many great rug pulls where the director knows what you, as an audience, assume is going to happen, and then does a very, very clever, fun misdirect. Happened several times. Anyways, but the guy who directed this movie, Barbarian, again, wonderful. He wrote and directed it. Zach Krieger is his name, I think. Also directed a movie called Miss March, which Miss March, other than all those terrible factoids I told you about it, worst reviewed movie, complete box office disaster. It was the movie from the Whitest Kids You Know team. It was actually, I think, presented as like a collaboration between Playboy and the Whitest Kids You Know. The Whitest Kids You Know, I think, has been a cherry on top before, was a very early, like right at the beginning of YouTube, sketch comedy group, and the guy who wrote and directed this movie was not the main guy behind Whitest Kids You Know. That guy who actually just died very tragically late last year, early this year, sometime very recently. Trevor, I can't remember his last name. But the Whitest Kids You Know is an amazing, and I am talking truly incredible, sketch comedy group from the like late aughts, 2008, 2009, with some sketches now that, I mean, Saturday Night Live would be wishes that they could have authored something half as clever as these. Check out Tommy Poops His Hand or Sex Robot. If you're into incredible sketch comedy, the Whitest Kids You Know, check it out. And this is the second-in-command guy from that sketch comedy group after his friend and partner tragically died a year ago or so. He writes and directs now a awesome, truly great horror movie. So good for him. And seriously, if you like sketch comedy, I think you should leave style. Look up classic Whitest Kids You Know on YouTube. Slow Jerk is another classic. Dang. What is that gun? Yes, I have Eric Nephron. And love it. And Eric, I'm so glad to hear that you are a fan of the Whitest Kids You Know. One of those guys is the director of this random horror movie that I hadn't heard of until a week before it came out. But I'm also sorry if I bummed you out letting you know that the Trevor, what is his last name? I feel bad I can't remember it. If I'm the one breaking the news that he is dead. And Jared, yes, Cabin in the Woods is an excellent movie to reference here. A very good reference point for it. Cabin in the Woods, Jared. Trevor Moore. Jared, thank you. Trevor Moore. Oh my god, did we pull it out at the last second? Holy hell. Thank you again, Jared. And Cabin in the Woods, boy, I hope Cabin in the Woods does not get its place in history lost due to its association with Jared, what's his, the Buffy guy that got Me Too'd, Joss Whedon, who was involved with it. I think his name was prominently up there, even though it's clearly Drew Goddard that made that movie amazing. Cabin in the Woods is, no matter how much praise gets heaped upon it, it isn't enough. That movie, I mean, came out of the gate, day one, it should have been understood as a masterpiece. And now, these, nearly 10 years later, no, straight up 10 years later, should still be considered a masterpiece. Barbarian is not that good, but it is a movie that will should be remembered just as fondly for a while, long time. While we're on the subject of sketch comedy, the greatest sketch comedy of all time, and I'm even including what is the greatest sketch comedy contemporarily, which I think people could make an argument is the best ever, which is I Think You Should Leave. I think there's the greatest sketch comedy ever made is and I've talked about this so many times, is the Onion web content from around 2006, 2007. The Onion had the best web producers on the team. Just the viral videos that they were putting out then on their YouTube channel and stuff are unrivaled to this day in terms of quality. That just biting Onion satire, the unrelenting bleakness that we all love from the fine folks at The Onion. A couple of highlights to look up in The Onion pantheon would be Supreme Court rules that the death penalty is still totally awesome. Just Google Supreme Court death penalty, The Onion. Amazing. One of the funniest videos ever produced. Check out Gap Kids For Us, By Us, which is Gap's sweatshop line. Just so many classics. But I will leave you not with individual videos, and I'm sure I have cherry on top of these some point in the past. I'm forgetting to use my special here, but I'm so excited to share these with you. Wiped them out. That's beautiful. These were shared to me by a dear friend of mine many years ago, and I cannot tell you the number of people I've forced to watch these. And I can't tell you the number of people that have then shared them on from there. This is man, doing pretty well. Nice. Jared, well, thanks, man. Have a wonderful one, and had a great time chatting horror movies with you. All right, well, I said I was going to play till I lose. Anyways, Eric, it seems like you're a man of, we know you're a person of impeccable taste. I didn't even know you were into great sketch comedy. I'm going to recommend to you two of the funniest things you're ever going to see in your life, and they're both the Onion web series from around that time frame. One is called Sex House. It is like a spoof of a reality TV show, like a Big Brother, I guess, style reality TV show called Sex House. This was going to be a theme with both of these, where it takes the already incredibly fun premise. You just could never imagine the journey you're about to go down. That one's Sex House. It's like, probably less than 90 minutes in totality. It's broken down to like 8 parts or something. The spoof of the reality show about horny, hot people in a house together. And the other one, just one of my most cherished pieces of media in the world. One of the greatest things ever put to video. It's called Porkin' Across America. It's another web series. This time it takes a guy who was on a lot of Onion video around that time. He's their broadcaster, Jim Haggerty. And it's also a reality show. It's like one of the food travel shows, like where Guy Fieri goes across the country and eats at gross-looking places. That's like one of those. But this one's theme is, it's just pork. Jim Haggerty's, he's just going to eat pork. He's going to go to all 50 states and eat pork in every state across the country. He's porking across America with Jim Haggerty. Just like I said about Sex House, where it takes this premise cannot be imagined, could not be conceived, but by the most depraved of humans and funniest. Check it out. Porkin' Across America. I can promise you, if you are a fan of things like The Whitest Kids You Know, you're going to have yourself a really delightful evening. Uh-oh, it looks like the winning streak's finally coming to an end. You're very welcome, Eric. I'd say I hope you enjoy them, and I know it's an asshole thing to just totally assume that you will, but I really feel like it's going to be a safe assumption. Well, that is it. Finally got us. Eric, been wonderful hanging out, talking classic sketch comedy with you. Always fun hanging out, talking whatever with you. Anybody else who's still out there, thanks for hanging out, watching us play some Splatoon, smoking some weed. Delightful hanging out as always. I'll be back some point this week for sure, and I am still going to try to get those, at least one review out this week for you guys. Stay tuned. Until then, stay